Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Koimonogatari. Tonight on episode 4. So, what happened last time? Blah, blah, blah. Comments, blah, blah, blah. Real quick, I want to get something out of the air. So, A, I'm in a suit. Pog. Cool. We got that out of the way, okay? B, I just want to let you know that I just woke up from a hard and accidental 3-hour nap in this suit, in this fully lit room, on my bed, which you can see behind me right there, right? So, the mind is in a bit of a weird spot, but like I've said many a time, I feel like Monogatari speaks to me best when I'm a little bit off the rocker, you know? And I've said that kind of thing before. Usually that's being said at like 5 a.m. instead of 8:44 p.m., but it all blurs together. But, so enough with that. Let me real quick boom get the comments on the screen. So yeah, episode 3. I'm not even going to do like a mini recap. It was a KAIKI. Well, look at me. I say I'm not going to, then I start trying to do it. No. Let's just talk some comments. We'll go top to bottom, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a scroll through and see what we're doing, see how we're doing. So yeah, off the top ropes. Oh wait, look at this too. My notes. I've talked about this a few times. How I was so sad that I lost my notes, bro. The ancient texts have been found once more. So we're being chilling in this department. The important thing with this is that, like, for example, I have Guillotine Cutter's name here. Guillotine episode dramaturgy. I didn't remember dramaturgy at all. Or dramaturgy? I don't know. But episodes a half vampire. Boom, it's right there. It's just a bunch of little notes that are, like, so clutch when I need them. And, like, the whole, like, KAIKI love Gaen 2A, separate from Gaen Izuku, which is Kanbaru's aunt. You know, like, I got it all here. So I managed to find these. They're all, like, ripped apart and crazy. But we got them. That's what matters. So I just wanted to kind of full circle on that little plot development. We're drinking Dr. Pepper cream soda, by the way. I'm really hoping this caffeine starts hitting soon. I'm going to be honest. Okay, let's get going into this. I'm excited for the episode. I am excited for the episode because I don't even have a specific reason. I'm just excited to watch Monogatari. So yeah, let's just get going. As a reminder, episode is freelance. So this, I completely forgot. I guess it was probably set in Kizu, but I literally have no recollection. I'm just going to be honest. So and a few people were saying this, so I do take y'all's word for it. So I'm happy to go with that. Because I was kind of stuck there for a minute of like, okay, episodes working with Gaen Izuku, right? Episodes working with her, right? Because we saw that back in Tsubasa Tiger. I think it was Tsubasa Tiger. So it's like, okay, we got that. And Gaen Izuku wanted to make, what's her name? Kiss Shot into God, right? But then, in walks in Sengoku, F's everything up, classic Sengoku move, right? Being a problem. The point, though, is that episode previously wanted to kill, or was on team kill Kiss Shot back in Kizu, so it was a bit of a weird thing of like, okay, why did we shift like this? And I kind of thought that, I don't know, why was Gaen making moves back in Kizu too? No, he's freelance. He's just trying to get that bag. So the reason that he might be working for Gaen could be many. I am kind of expecting for episode to, like, for when we see him again, because I think it's a when, not an if. I feel like when we see episode again, he's might be like less of a dick. Because, I mean, back in Kizu, just the framing of Kizu, the framing of Kizu, of episode within Kizu, was very like 3 bad guys that we're fighting off and we're the good guys. It, like, added a little bit of that going on. And then that kind of flipped the script as we went on. But the whole, like, you know, Kiss Shot's being hunted down. And so the 3 people are kind of like, you know, episode dramaturgy and Guillotine Cutter are almost like, I feel like they were made to be a little extra shallow just because of that's the way Aragi's telling the story. That was kind of a cool idea that people were talking about back then, so I'm locked in on that, which makes me think next time we're going to see episode, he might have more depth, which could be like something in terms of that depth could be why he's working for Gaen, or it could be that Gaen's paying big money, or maybe he's in love with Gaen. You ever thought about that? What if he's just in love? Okay. Please go over the OP again in episode 4. I assume you mean after we watch episode 4. So bad. Yeah, sure. I mean, if I something, I'll try to remember to do that. But I don't know what happens in episode 4, so I don't know. You know, we'll see. We'll keep it in the back pocket. I do really appreciate this comment as well. This is kind of I at one point went on a little rant about like the bad route and or like kind of interpreting it the right way. This was such a cool way to take that rant that I went on and like attach it to Monogatari, like right here. But that shouldn't stop you from being, quote, wrong, as you said, in terms of understanding the anime, right? By the way, didn't Kaiki say something along those lines? Sometimes the lie has more value than the real thing. Even if it's wrong, it doesn't mean it has any less value than the right interpretation. Hell, it might even be better. That's so true. That is so true. Because it's like, if my fake version, or like my lied version, or my wrong version is something that like speaks to me even more than the right interpretation would, then that's like a more powerful story. One might say a more valuable story than the correct interpretation. So it's like, dang, Kaiki. That's why I love Kaiki, because Kaiki just introduced such an interesting gray in there. And I keep thinking of that one line. I think it was in the comments last time or in the Discord. I don't know, but of like, good people just do bad things sometimes, and bad people just do good things sometimes, and like that was a lot of the Hana talk. With Numachi, and then to apply that into Kaiki is really interesting to me. That's like, dang, like it's so easy to just spin off into like start coping, right? Start coping and be like, oh, Kaiki's actually a good guy. Kaiki's actually trying to keep balance, and I've been trying to poke with those ideas, and they're really fun ideas to poke with, but it really could be as simple as he cares about Kanbaru and wants to help, even if he's a bad guy, like, that doesn't mean he's trying to save the world. That doesn't mean he's a good guy in everything else he's done. Like, some things he's done is just bad, and that's just sometimes how it is. Which, I mean, message of the show, right? Like, it really is like an understanding of the world kind of thing. Oh my goodness, my throat is so clogged with a mucus. But yeah, and then Monogatari is a perfect show for that approach of like viewing media. A story where truth and lies are intertwined through the perceptions and subjectivity of its characters. A bar. Okay, put this in the summary. Like, I want to type Monogatari summary and see that line, Yeah. No, and I appreciate the rant. Pog de Grand. And I do appreciate the nice words as well. But yeah, very true. I agree. I like it. Good. This is a good detail to remember that. So like, if Kishot were to eat that amulet, then she would become a god, and then the darkness wouldn't show up because she was a legit god. Because the darkness didn't show up because she was a god. It showed up because she was like dodging her purpose as an oddity. But if she were to change into a different oddity entirely, as opposed to just lie and be a fake different oddity, then we would be fine. Like that this idea here tracks like a Kishot as god. Eating the amulet or the talisman does track with the logic of the darkness as far as we're good. Gon once said about this in Oni Monogatari. Oh, Gon. I thought that said Ogi for a second, so I was trying to think like Ogi said something about that. No, Gon said something about that. Senjugahara's Sei. I don't know what a Seiyu is. I don't know what this word means. Do I just want to like? The funny thing is, when I read the because I've already read all these comments, right? I'm just kind of. I like skimmed most of them. I didn't like hard read a lot of them. Well, I read through all of them, but like, there's a lot of words. Seiyu definition. So like, I didn't define Seiyu is what I'm getting at there. Voice. Oh, is it like a voice? Okay, it's her voice actor. It's her voice actress. I see. Okay. See, it's that easy. So Senjugahara's voice actress Seiyu has a very interesting take on Kaiki. She sips Senjo and Kaiki alike. She explains it quite a bit. But the gist of it is that she finds what Kaiki is willing to do for Senjo very romantic. It's interesting that Senjugahara's voice actress ships Senjo and Kaiki. I mean, I ship Senjo and Araragi. I'm good with that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Unless it is broke. But you know what else is broke? Shinobu and Araragi's relationship. It's defined as broken. A broken, it's the broken coming together. Yeah, so maybe there's nothing wrong with that. You ever think about that? But anyhow. Interesting little fun fact there. This was a cool idea that I didn't even think about, of how Senjugahara's personality, the very like stoic, cold, flat, could be her trying to in some way copy Kaiki, because like Kaiki was he the first person that tried to help her? For some reason, I feel like there were 5 of them, and he was either the first or the third. Assuming, though, well, it doesn't even really matter. Because the point is, like, KAIKI definitely had a big influence for her. And so that's, I don't know, I like that idea. I like that idea. And in that way, I mean, if we were to take that as true, that KAIKI, that her personality of being monotone and stoic came from KAIKI, then I wonder if that, like, made the crab situation worse, right? Because the entire point of the crab, if I remember, shout out to literally episode 1 of the show. Dang, remember episode 1 where Araragi takes a peep at Hanakawa's panties like that? Dang, what a classic. No, but Senjugahara crab. Yeah, so the kind of point of the crab was like the emotions. She lost her weight, she lost her emotions, like those kind of went together. So it was like an apathy that rolled in. That whole thing of like the apathy part, I wonder if she like looked at KAIKI and was like, "Oh, he doesn't care. He's stoic. None of the emotions flash on his face. Like, I'm just going to do that." And that's where like it could have been like a tangible personification of that apathy she was feeling that then caused her to cement into that apathy. You know what I mean? Or it could be that it could just be a coincidence, but a fun idea. And then this was a good I liked this as well, a good where like the Senjo to Senjo to Araragi is kind of like KAIKI to Senjo in the way that the conversations go. Where yeah, like whenever Araragi and Senjo talk, which it's been a while, I kind of wish we'd get another conversation between the two of them. But it really does feel like Senjo's just leading Araragi around like by a chain, you know? And then when KAIKI walks in, it really, like, KAIKI is the one that's kind of in power, you know? But it's kind of funny because I feel like Senjo fights for that power and the dynamic a little more, you know? Like, she puts on the funny glasses to try to make KAIKI laugh, right? And then KAIKI got the counter, right? But, like, whereas Araragi just kind of lets Senjo take over, but I don't know. I would need to look at a lot of scenes to really cement that, but good stuff. I did get into this eventually, or, like, clean this up eventually, because I just read this wrong. Araragi isn't a junior high kid, lol. Oh, wait. No, wait. The next post-Bravo theory is... Yeah, junior high kid... Wait. Oh, junior high. Oh, now I get it. One of the Karen. Karen. Not Araragi, Karen. I see. Okay. Where... Yeah, okay. Because KAIKI was talking about the different people that might be stalking, or, like, shadowing him. And so first was, like, Gon's henchman, a.k.a. probably Episode. Second would be, he said, a junior high person. That would be Karen. Or Tsukihi, but, you know, Karen. Or just one of the random kids that he scammed. I see. He meant one of the many junior high kids from Nico school that he scammed. Okay, also true. I wonder if Karen... Well, does Karen have a grudge against him anymore? I mean, not really. She kind of dealt with it, but... Yeah, just one of the people he scammed. Agreed. Okay, no, agreed. Because, yeah, junior high, words, hard. The same thought of someone taking revenge is also mentioned by Senjo in the airport. This was the clearing up about the Gon stuff, so we're good on that. This was the Episode henchman stuff, so we're good on that, where Episode's just kind of paid. We don't really know why he's been hired, if it's money or if it's something else, but that's a new thing, so good on that. Appreciate the nice comment as well. A little recommendation. Hitagi Monogatari. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll make sure to put it on my list and take a little Google. I do appreciate the recommendation, of course. Love your vids. Appreciate it. We love Monogatari. Thank you, my good John. Discord, shout out. Love Discord. Araragi getting moved up when the guy isn't even on screen. It's true. I feel like the more time we spend away from Araragi, the more I appreciate Araragi. Because we've been with Araragi the entire time, so it's easy to take him for granted. But, like, whenever now we're, like, away from it, it's like, dang, like, he really has a lot of impact on the show. It's just, I wasn't aware of it until we didn't have him anymore. The whole Sengoku thing of... I was kind of saying, like, KAIKI was kind of had a misinterpretation of the cuteness of Sengoku. You could say that Sengoku's parents were giving her that cute thing, which is a really interesting idea, because then you can parallel that to Araragi, because Araragi's parents gave him the justice thing, did they not? I'm willing to assume that, right? That's kind of where I'm at with that, because they're cops. So I'm thinking that you could make the connection that in the same way that Sengoku had cute put onto her and then developed an unhealthy thing with it where she, like, hated it but still relied on it and all that kind of stuff. Perhaps we could say the same thing for Araragi, who had justice enforced on him by his parents. That's where he got his ideals of justice. That then he developed an unhealthy thing, which led him to being isolated in Kizu, and having basically the show. It led to the show, right? So that's a really interesting connection that I didn't even think about trying to make. Which comes out of the parents being the ones that are putting that on to Sengoku. Just because anytime that we have a parent character in the show, like, immediately, it makes me think of Araragi. And I know that this isn't even, like, an Araragi arc. Like, this is Kaiki talking about the love story between Senjo and Araragi. That's at least how it's, like, on the package. But, man, like, the extra context for Sengoku as a character, like, I feel like even in the arcs that Araragi's not in, I still feel like it's kind of about Araragi. Or not necessarily, like, directly, but at least that the information gained within can be applied back to Araragi, right? Because he really do be the main character, and I love him for it. So, I did like that. Nadeko's a type of... Yeah, the bag thing, someone cleared up the bag thing in the Discord, which I was a little unclear. I was like, well, the bag? It's just like, I don't want you to root through my stuff, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then this is crazy to me. Making Shinobu God thing was here, not back then. True, not back in Kizu, but is current. Agreed. That's why Araragi had the talisman, to make Shinobu God. But Nadeko ate it instead because Nadeko hungry. This reads like a poem, does it not? That's why Arag had the talisman, to make the Shinobu God. But Nadeko ate it instead because Nadeko hungry. And then cut to leaves flowing in the wind. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think this is just straight up true. And it makes me think, why would Araragi... Like, so having the talisman... they said for safekeeping, right? But the plan was to get it on Shinobu. Or, like, give it to Shinobu. I wonder why that didn't happen yet. Why was he just holding on to it? What were they waiting for? Because it could be that, like... Shinobu becoming God would disrupt her connection to Araragi because his fake monster, look at these dice. Let me put them down. I just gotta stop fidgeting with things. The Shinobu as, like, Shinobu going from being Shinobu, who's attached to Araragi, into being Shinobu the God, kind of going kiss shot mode. If that would disrupt his relationship or Araragi's relationship to Shinobu, then that would give him a reason to be apprehensive about it, which is why he would not have used the talisman and be, like, procrastinating that. But I don't even know if he was procrastinating it because I don't even know if he knew what he was going to be doing with that eventually. I don't know if Araragi was that aware of the plan to make Shinobu God. We just haven't been told that or not. And so we can assume that A, he doesn't know, and Gon was working on other stuff in the background and was just having him hold on to it because he was going to be the one to use it with her. It could be B, that he did know and was just procrastinating and didn't want to for some reason. Or... Like, and it could be he didn't want to, or it could be C, that, like, he didn't want to tell Shinobu because he was worried about how that would go down with Shinobu. But, yeah. So, that gives me... I kind of feel like my gut impulse would be Araragi knew what he was supposed to do with it, but didn't want to use it because he didn't want to lose Shinobu because he's been losing everyone. So he wouldn't want to lose another person. Another oddity, another character, right? And so he has, like, that... Like, he doesn't want to let go of Shinobu. Like, he loves Shinobu, right? Which, respect, But you need... Man, it's like... And now I'm thinking the thematics. Where it's like, if we see Shinobu as the fake monster because it's like she's half... Like, it's a vampire, so, like, vampires used to be human and can kind of go back to being a human under the right circumstance. That whole thing... Like, if we see Shinobu as a fake monster, then it's like we're deifying the fake monster... But, like, what does that even mean? What does it mean to deify the fake monster? Like, in context with the themes. I don't know, it's interesting. It makes me go thinky mode. I'll let that cook. I'll put that on the back burner. I need another sip of my drink. Wonderful. Kaikiing, so true. Kaikiing, yay, peace, so true. So very true. It is funny that Fast Love phonetically sounds like first love. That like, and they're apparently talking about that with the voice actors. Bro, I need to hear some of those voice actor talks. I know like this is from a radio show. This comment says, but like I'm aware of like the voice actor actress like tracks that like go over the show or whatever. Those would be fun to hear some of those at one point. But yeah, I do appreciate that even or it's one of those like I appreciate the information because it's one of those things that's like in the Japanese it's phonetically the same, but like in the English, of course, like I just am not aware of that unless someone points it out. So I do appreciate the info. This is agreed. We're locked in. It's not Araragi that ruined the plan back in Kizu, but it's Sengoku who ruined the plan back in Otori. That's where we're at. Yeah. Episode's existence just threw me off. What an episode moment. I need one of those Araragi pins. Bro, me too. Wait, I have one already. I don't need one. I already have one. We love it. This is some interesting stuff about what each of the EDs represent, or could like what this comment is like putting out ideas for that, right? So like Bake is about the date with Senjo. The full song is about Hanakawa's feelings to Araragi. That's a nice kind of double meaning. I like it. Kizu, the minions, Nisei sisters growing up, blah blah blah. It would be fun to do a grand like reviewing of each of the OP-EDs, like maybe at the end, because we're gonna do a tier list. We're definitely gonna tier list the OPs and the EDs. That's gonna be. I want to do that. But actually trying to like with the power of future context, see if like Bake, OP, and ED1, like if they hit any different, or not even OP1, OP like 1 through 5, because there were a bunch of Bake OPs, but like if any of those OPs or EDs hit different now that we know where the story ends up going. I mean, they probably will. They totally will, right? But that's like a mini rewatch, being able to review that. Rewatch OP next episode? Bro, what does that mean? What is gonna happen? Okay. I have no idea. What? Fast love. In Bake, Senjo says she would fall in love with whoever tried to save her. This is true. She did say that. The KAIKI ga in relation to fast love is death the third interpretation. True. Glad we agree. Episodes of Bounty Hunter. True. Before in Kizu, he was trying to get Kid Shot because power. Agreed. Also, the whole thing about like KAIKI, I think somebody said this somewhere, but I missed it. Oh, Google translated from Japanese. Wait, that's kind of fun. I didn't even realize. That's fun. That makes me happy. It's always fun for me whenever I see people that like because like you can, I think, I don't know, you can somehow translate it like this, auto translate. Like I can see in my my YouTube stats when people translate the videos, and that always makes me really happy because it's just, I don't know, it's just cool that like I'm watching a show that comes from a different language that's been translated, and then my response to that show also is getting translated. And so it's like kind of bouncing between, and we're like breaking through language barriers. That's just sick. But the whole, what I was about to say, of KAIKI and Senjo, where there was like a little bit of a talk of like KAIKI lying about Senjo having feelings for him at the end of Nisei, or like during Nisei. I think it was the end of Karen B in Nisei. But because of the whole what Senjo says about she would fall in love with whoever saves her, I don't think he was lying. I mean, half-truth would... Somebody said something about a half-truth. I think half-truth is a good way to put it, as opposed to an outright lie, where... I don't know, though. I just think it has to be at least partially true. Like, maybe not a full love, but maybe more of an adoration. I think somebody said literally that line exactly. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's just, you can interpret it so many different ways, you know, and that's kind of the point. But I do think that love, like a crush would be fair to say. And then finally, I'm just going to say, technically I've already seen what's in the closet. Why must you torture me? Why must you torture me with this information? Because now I'm just thinking through every single thing in the show that I've ever seen. What is going on? Technically I've already seen what is in the closet. Are you talking Nisei? I didn't rewatch that Nisei episode. I was talking about how I should, but I just decided, I don't want to. Because, like, I know, you know. What was it? Was it like when Araragi came over to Sengoku's house, something she had out at that point, or something she, like, yoinked from him at that point? It's got to be one of those two. It's got to be one of those. Because he was trying to play King's game and get him to control her, and, like, she's trying to get freaky with it, but then Araragi give it the hard shutdown. I don't know. Or it could be like, you know what would be crazy, but it would be such a minor thing, but it would be really funny if it was the hairband. The hairband that's got her hair pulled back. Because the things we need it to be is something that Kaiki would audibly react to, and something we've already seen. We've seen the headband, and Kaiki, I think, could audibly react to the headband because he has the idea that she was hiding herself with the bangs. So the idea that she also was fighting back against it would be kind of a recontextualization of her and like how she works. But man, other than that, I have no idea. Isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Kaiki's gonna break it down for us though. So I'm not sweated. Okay, so let me open up the episode. Shout out episode. Let me open up the episode. Last episode. So this is episode 3. This OP. What do you mean? Everyone's saying rewatch the OP, rewatch the OP. Everything is bound to become trivial eventually. Senjo gets hit by a car and dies this episode. I don't know. I'm just thinking, what's trivial? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, people are unraveling, getting consumed by snakes. Like, this scary. It's kind of scary. Like, look at this. She's literally unraveling into snakes. No way they hurt Senjo. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not even gonna think about it. Okay. Anything in here that I wanted to yap about? I kind of feel like not too much. Araragi misunderstanding about the relationship. I don't know. I think there's a little bit. There's definitely something going on. You know, like, we can get into the semantics and call it a couple of different things, but, you know. Wait, why is there a break here? Is this when he agrees to do the job? Oh, yeah, when he says it's really easy to deceive Sengoku. Okay, it's the chapter break. Because you can see the little breaks in my pop player down here, so I was kind of curious what that might be. So he's doing the 100 trips. Shout out Cat's Cradle. He agrees to help Senjugahara. That makes Senjugahara very, very relieved, so she goes and she cries, which is very, very sweet. Aw, look at him smile. Look at Kaiki smile after this. Wait, that's so sweet. Look, because, like, she's kind of... She hides that vulnerability by going into the bathroom to cry, but she comes back and obviously she was crying, and you can hear the emotion in her voice, which is really, really sweet. And look how happy... Like Kaiki's smiling, and this looks like the most genuine emotion I've ever seen from Kaiki. Right there. You know? And then he's paying attention, he's listening. He's, like, slouched in his chair, just being chilling. And he talks about this later of, like, this is why I'm doing this, you know? Her being that, like, straightforward and, like, emotional and, like, thankful. That direct thanks from her to me. He was very... Man, he has to go to the bar to think about it. That's so sweet. If it was just about her, she would have been stubborn and not cried over it. Because of Araragi, yeah, Araragi's caught in the crossfire, so... She's gonna help but cry about it, which is so sweet. The only problem is the expense to do this. Okay. And then he memorizes Cat Cradle text, talks to Ononoki. Ononoki gives us a ton of information about Gaon plans, which is just insane. Where the play is to get was to get Shinobu into God because she was fit for the God because she pretended to be God previously. Which, I mean, true and real. Like, if one of these oddities got to be my god, like, I'd pick Hachikuji and then I would pick Shinobu, you know? But Hachikuji's obviously not an option anymore. I just love... Hachikuji's so smart, you know? Rest in peace. But yeah. Kaiki, of course, plays both sides, gets the money, the 3 million, because he was supposed to back off on it, was paid to do so. Back off from dealing with Sengoku, was being paid to do so. Takes the money, says, yeah, okay, I won't pursue my lying anymore, and then it's a lie, he goes and he does it anyways, because that's the Kaiki special. He shows up, anything crazy here? He realizes how just literally insane she is. He gets followed, because I'm thinking that as soon as he betrayed Gon became aware that that he betrayed her, which then caused the, okay, send episode after him. Goes to Sengoku's house, something in the closet. What the hell is this? It's got to be something crazier than a hairband. I don't know what's in there. I kind of want to... Oh, look. This specific traffic sign just makes me think of Hachikuji. The like child crossing. Wait. I'm watching this with context. In the end, I didn't get a train from the station that the taxi dropped me off at. Yeah, he changed his route because he was getting followed. Nor did I go back to my hotel. Headed straight back into the town I had just left. Are these locations that we've seen before? I feel like this is the... Is this the crosswalk that, I don't know, it makes me think of the crosswalk that Araragi sees Hanakawa in episode 1 of Bake. That'd be interesting if these were, like, repeating locations. Or, like, that's someone's house. I'm so bad at placing houses. But... Okay. I kind of want to just jump into the episode. I would say. Into the episode, not into episode. Clarify? Okay. Yeah, I say we just jump into it. We'll definitely, since so many people were saying it, we'll definitely take another look at the OP after this episode. Because I'm assuming that something's going to happen that's going to recontextualize it, which means when we actually watch the OP in a minute here, your boy's going to try to be locked in for it. You already know how it goes. But yeah, let's watch this episode. Should be exciting. Get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack. You already know I got the Dr. Pepper cream soda. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up. Okay, episode 4. Let's get going. In a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang! The closet. Oh my goodness, my heart. What is it? An envelope. Stay out of it. Huh? Wait. Did Gaon trick him? Did Gaon get to the closet before he could? Is that what that means? Whoa. Alright, no. That wasn't our closet. That wasn't the same closet. Yeah, okay, no, that was his hotel room. Bro! Kaiki showing himself to the world. And Gon. You made Gon into your enemy. Handsome Kaiki. What's in the closet? What's in the closet, Kaiki? What's in the closet? I don't want to go back on... I can rewatch Nisei. You want me to go rewatch Nisei? I can! I got the time! Okay. My tears have frozen my memory. Okay. Why did I shed them to begin with? Wait. He's singing. I was gonna say, why does it look different? It's different. They changed it. Bro, Kaiki, go off! Bro, he sounds so over it. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay, that's why everyone was freaking out about it. I get it. So we'll definitely, we can like cross-compare. These unspoken answers. Just require your warmth so I can forget where I am. Wow. Okay, that was fire. That was fire. Kaiki really went off. Man, is that the first time they've had a male voice in any of the OPs? I think it is. She's got him there. I kind of think he is. Wow. Munya. Mr. Donut, yes. That was a cool shot. Dang, this new KAIKI hair. Okay. Did you make any enemies? What are we leading to, man? Had anyone gone in your way? Yeah, yeah. Were there any enemies? I mean, surely it's gone, right? Okay. Whoa. This is true. She wouldn't say it to Araragi. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah. And that's... Araragi got coerced into doing something, right, with the three favors. Exactly. Exactly that. That's impossible, but... mm. Oh, wow. Yeah, she wants to be rejected honestly. Okay, funny. Move to a metaphorical discussion. He was. And he went to Yoinky Sploinky. I kept quiet. She wants to understand him. Oh, wow. So I might as well keep going. Yeah, wouldn't you stop if you got the money no matter what? His hair came undone, bro. Not the type who would give two warnings. Okay, very scary. Cat's eye, little cat's cradle reference question mark. anyone. Dang, it's that easy. I fell silent. Wow, he really got scared from that. He really got scared from a letter under his door, huh? This giant, like, screen of Senjugahara is so interesting. Hmm. Interesting, yeah. Yeah. A boyfriend, yeah. I don't know. I don't think Araragi would be doing that. Checking the phone without a, like, behind her back. Yeah, and then he would be a lot more direct with it. Yeah, that's very true. He's not nearly that, like, slithery. I mean, it could be episode, I guess, but, like, because he's just such a wild card. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Man, I do feel like a part of Kaiki was is just. Oh, I forgot he did that. Yeah. That's so true. I'm not a cop. Damn. Slip of the tongue. Dang. Just go make out with Araragi. Kind of like the bag thing. Kind of like the bag thing. How sensible. No, yeah. Kaiki would approve of that for sure. I think he's just using it as an excuse to see her. Yeah, he doesn't need to do it 100 times necessarily. Aw, look at these. Look at all these things. All these fun backgrounds. Oh, that's why, because his Senjo made that connection. Sengoku will beguile you. I'm a little worried about that too. Just a hint. Yeah, hung up on him. He called Mag. That's funny. I agree. Sengoku is an issue, and no, he didn't. No, she didn't. He's already. Yeah, she's already made that clear. Yeah, she isn't. I agree though, but she enchanted herself. Because it's knacked. Agreed. Good call, Senjo. Good call, Senjo. I've been saying. I hope the snake poison isn't addicting. Oh, Senjo, a fire line. That was a good one to hang up on. I liked that. New plan just dropped. Gone, money. Okay, 14. Purchase more strings for Cat's Cradle. Ouroboros, that's funny. That's the snake that infinite loops. Because he was playing, yeah, with the snake. That's funny. What are you trying to buy? Frequenting a Cabernet club. A liquor shop. Okay. He's trying to break that connection, the Cabernet connection. Yeah, because she's a god. So she's not underage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's a god. She's a god. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, she wouldn't be a god anymore. Wow, good call. Good call, KAIKI. That's a KAIKI special. Whoa, did he throw double in? Oh, good. Oh, good job, Nadeko. You realize you're not getting this back. For today and tomorrow. No? Oh, care package. Okay. Sake, yep. Drink up, drink up. Dad only drank beer. Interesting. I think this is true. I think this is true. Oh, she loves it. I want a gif of just her rubbing her face on the liquor bottle. Hanakawa! Hanakawa! Wait, it's so good to see you here. What? She's showing off her cool hair, too. I could run away, but chose not to. Oh, I wouldn't run either. Good call. Holy crap, out of left field. I thought she was overseas. She came back. Wow, she seems so confident and put together. Look at her. She seems so, like, comfortable. Like, in her own existence. True. She did. Whoa. He's just saying, yeah, like, talk to me. Hanakawa. You know, yeah, I didn't think it was a lie. I didn't think so. Oh. Okay, so Hanakawa was being a little rat. I understood. What's the deal with that? Might break through. Break through what? Yeah. Where's Oshino? I had nothing to lose. Wow, she was really rattled by Gon. Mm-hmm. What a misfortune. Hanako, you're so adorable. I love you. So I did come back home, but I'm going to fly out again tomorrow morning. Interesting. Bro, she is so cute. How happy calculation gone as planned. She said, looking deep in my eyes. Bro. Look at her getting her own room, too. Yes! I'm so proud of her. No longer sleeping in the hall. Getting her own room. Getting her own house. Her own apartment. You have a good eye for men. Not like, oh, you trying to talk? Wow, I was not expecting to get to talk to Hanakawa. What a wonderful day. How much are you gonna undress? Please be careful. Okay, just a little bit. Dang, cute outfit. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Lock in. Agreed, agreed. It makes it very difficult. Okay. Real one. Good! What a good line. I don't care who saves them. Wow. So selfless. Like, that's the perfect way to do it. She just wants them to be okay. She doesn't need the glory of saving them. Yeah. I swear to a cat, bro. What a great character. I love this character so much. I love Hanakawa. Kanburu. Whoa, icicle. Ice drop. She dodges. Ooh, he doesn't accept the dodge. She wants to she kind of smart with it. There it is. There it is, the classic Hanakawa line. Got the music to fit out too. He's so scary. Dude, Hanakawa out of nowhere. What's in the closet, KAIKI? I'm gonna have to go back into Nisei, man. I'm gonna actually have to download some Nisei episodes again. Because your boys deleted all those. That's crazy. Where's Oshino? He just left. Like, I don't know where he is. He's not, like, dead or anything, right? Like, I have no idea. I don't know. Man, Hanakawa out of left field, though. Snowdrop. I love what she said though of I don't have to be the person that saves them, I just want them to be saved. She's like the best one. There she is in the ED, bro. I love Hanakawa. What a great character. She literally she started clutching so hard after Tsubasa Tiger, or like within Tsubasa Tiger. Kaiki looking off in the distance. Little Ononoki doing a little curtsy. What is up with that?
Get in here, Tsukihi!
Yes. The fire misters, bro. Mudslinging? Yeah, I know what a mudslinger. Who do you think's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Wow. Multiply assured destruction. Dragii? I'm sorry, that pun did not land for me. Language diff. I didn't become a goddess, but I ended up a human sacrifice instead. What? What is everything at this last second here? I think it's just... Okay. Dang, okay. Immediately we go to 14. So, 14, it was Kaiki's little, like, paper-drawn plan. I'm deciphering this hoe. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is this? What is Burglar Kaiki? Okay, so he breaks into the house. I think this is Sengoku's house. So what, he sneaks into Sengoku's house to get into her closet. I don't know what this, like, little, like, shadow running dude is. Back to the shrine. Who is this? Is this Ononoki? Who's this, like... Who's Bunny Ear Girl? Who is that supposed to be, Kaiki? I don't recognize it. This is a Gon. This is obviously Gon. A coffee. Sengoku playing Cat's Cradle. Keep drawing, keep drawing. Oh, okay, look at this. Go to the Shrine of the Polar Snake 100 times. Until end of January. Polar Snake, okay. Find author of letter. Importance level 4. Ah, yeah, the person that slid it under his door. Looking out for the people trailing me. Vigilance level 2. Okay, right? Find out Gon's motivation. Priority level low. Okay. Don't get seen by Araragi. Critical. That's funny. Look at him hiding from Araragi here. Don't get seen by the Fire Sisters as possible. I really like that don't get seen by Araragi is critical. Because we do know, yeah, Araragi's going to the shrine and getting, like, blasted every day. Oh, man. Poor Araragi's just torturing himself because he's trying so hard. I mean, this all makes sense to me. Purchase more strings for Cat's Cradle. And then that's what he went to go do. Yeah, because he didn't want to play with the snake again. Because she's crazy. This entire beginning scene? What do you just... Oh, let me watch the OP again. Let me just watch the OP. I'm going to watch it. The lyrics were different, right? Sorry, he's got to finish the shower. He's got to put on the hot water. You know the hot water feel good. I think the visuals were the same, but they changed the lyrics and the audio, right? Let me just do another clean pass. My tears have frozen my memory. Why did I shed them to begin with? And then in comes Kaiki. I love his voice so much. Let us start anew. A common sentimentalism. Da, 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 da. Numbed my memories. What a... Like, that's such an interesting play they're doing. I don't really get it, though. I'll get to that in a second. These unspoken answers, although sad, although lovable, just require your warmth. What? So I can forget where I am. It's like this weird thing of, like, being with you and, like, experiencing, like, your presence is numbing my memories and, like, right? Misunderstandings from a whim. A common sentimentalism, whatever, that eternally unattainable moment, again, never again. These, okay, this right here, these unspoken words, although young. So unspoken words are things you think but you don't say out loud. It's what's not spoken, right? And what's not spoken is usually just as important as what is spoken, right? Let's just get that out on the field. Although young is interesting. I assume that's in reference to, like, they've already kind of said, like, the past, and then, like, we're starting anew. So it's like there's a new thing happening. So the youngness refers to this has to do with the new segment. And, okay, although kind, numbed my memories. So is memories referring to the... I mean, this makes me think of, like, KAIKI Senjo. In the way that, like, their positive interactions now, like KAIKI helping Senjo out, which, you know, Senjo is very thankful for. And I think the human connection that KAIKI's getting from Senjo that he's been lacking since Toei. Sorry, gotta look over at my note page. That human connection that I feel like he's been lacking, that he's getting through Sendagahara. Like, when she said, like, oh, what, are you feeling lonely? That's why you're calling me? I do think he is feeling lonely. I think he is taking any excuse to call Sendagahara because he, like, but it has to be run through, like, he has to rationalize it enough. So there's always a reason. It just doesn't have to be very strong. It's not like, you know, I think he would take any excuse to call her, but that means he has to have an excuse to call her, right? But this connection that's being made anew between the two of them, where, you know, he's helping her and she's helping him in different ways, is numbing the memories of him originally conning her and, like, making her life worse. And him taking advantage of her and taking her money and leaving, you know? Like, is that what we mean by numbing the memories? Never, never again. Unspoken answers. Although sad, although lovable, just require your warmth to make me forget where I am. So I can figure where I am. Dang, bro. I love hearing KAIKI's voice singing. Okay, let me compare this to the OP we've already seen. Just lyric-wise, right? So this is episode 3 OP. This is episode 3 is OP. I just want to hear, like, a little bit of the beginning here. To think yesterday is already long gone. Cause, like, so subete ga sasai. Yeah. Like, it's completely different. Even the very beginning's completely different, right? Because I thought it was the very same at the beginning because your boy's, like, I thought it's just being translated differently because of, like, the version I was watching or something. But I think it was completely different. Okay, bye. We just gotta be patient. Just get patient. Take a sip of your drink. I'm really enjoying KAIKI's presence in the show. Really interesting. Yeah, it's different. It's so different. It's just crazy. Like, yeah. Wow. Why did I shed them to begin with? Oh, I'm so stuck on this. This is so crazy to me. Let me just do one more clean pass. I don't even think I'll have much to say, but, like, yeah. I'm really just doing this so I can hear KAIKI's voice again, if we're going to be honest. My tears have frozen my memory. My tears, I mean, she cried when, tears of relief, right? Frozen is such an interesting word. I mean, like, New Year's, we've seen the icicle in this episode, wintry breeze. So, like, the idea of a freezing is really cool. And they agree that the past was wintry, so, like, uncomfortable, cold, right? Not warm, like we say at the end. I think it's, like, because they almost connected. I feel like both of them feel like they almost had, like, a really, like, powerful connection back then, but they weren't ready for it, and so it turned into that cold, wintry thing. But now they're getting the chance to start anew, but, like they're kind of, like, doing the same motion again. And maybe it's out of sentiment. Maybe it's, you know... Because, man, this really... Surely this is Kaiki Senjo, like, really hard, right? Because... And the reason I'm saying that is, like, frozen my memory. Like, well, let me think. Because, like, Araragi helped Senjo start anew, right? He helped her through that turning point with the crab. It's crazy. She literally fell into his arms, didn't she? Man, I need to rewatch Bake. Or I guess it could be... Because I guess you could also read this as Araragi and Senjo both had that wintry breeze in the past, and then both were able to start anew with each other. Because, you know, Araragi was not in a good spot at the start of Bake, and, like, Senjo wasn't either. So glad Senjo Gahara's in this arc. I feel like we've not been getting enough Senjo recently. Eternally unattainable moment. That's it, but like the thing with eternally unattainable moment, especially when we're seeing the two of them like almost holding hands, makes me think of like a moment with each other, which is something that Araragi and Senjo Gahara didn't have prior to them starting anew, right? Because they didn't know each other before then. Them starting anew was them meeting each other. Whereas with Kaiki, it was something that was already written. So the lines about like tears in the past, like frozen tears, numbed memories, all that kind of stuff that's like referencing the past before the start anew, makes a lot of sense with Kaiki Senjo. And like to hear them, I mean, they're singing to each other, right? It's Senjo's voice and it's Kaiki's voice, which is very unique. Although sad, although lovable. I mean, you can apply it. You can apply it in a lot of different ways. You can interpret it a lot of different ways. My gut says Kaiki Senjo is like a really fun way to spin it. By the way, this scene, literally with Kaiki showering, it just makes me think of if you know, you know, Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. Hey, go watch Hunter x Hunter. That's a good show. I love that show, but I won't even talk about it now because we're watching Monogatari. But like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? But like, man, he was really feeling himself. So he didn't show us what was in the closet because he's being annoying and he's not telling me. So Kaiki stopping her at. What is in that closet, man? So we've already seen it, says the comments. Did we see it in Nisei? Or did we see it after Nisei? What's every time Sengoku's appeared? Otori and Nisei and Bake, right? That's it? Those 3 times? And then now with Koi. So, back in Bake, the bloomers snaked up the Waz. One of the snakes gets away. Snake corpses. I mean, that would be something really scary for him to see and be like, oh my goodness, why are there a bunch of caged snakes or something? Because she had to get the snakes somewhere. Imagine she was breeding snakes just to kill snakes because she was trying to cleanse herself. That'd be funny. The headband would be like an interesting move, and we've seen that already. Some sort of Araragi based thing, but that would be that feels like what you would expect, right? I don't see how that's new, and I feel like whatever's in the closet is going to be a new plot point to some degree, right? It's going to be like important more than just like we already know she's obsessed with Araragi, so for there to be like an Araragi shrine, it's like okay, cool, like we already knew she was obsessed. It would have to be like, you know, and she's about as obsessed as you get. So it's not like there's much more escalation to be done there. So that makes me think it's something else that either recontextualizes her in Kaiki's head, aka the headband or something similar to that, and similar to like her idea of cuteness and like her idea of like how her mental works that is like exhibited in some sort of object, or it's that first thing I said that slips my mind now. A bunch of snakes, like some snake based thing that's, you know. But man, I feel like that's not it's none of that. Kaiki, why didn't you show me? Why didn't you show me, Kaiki? You could have shown me. I don't get it, man. I don't get Kaiki. No, I get Kaiki. Kaiki and me, we're homies. We're homies. What is the enemy? That was interesting to me as well. And there was a really crazy shot of Ononoki and a bunch of Grim Reapers. Do you remember that? That was there for like 1/2 of a second. It is really funny that his like paranoia. Senjugaru's like, bro, they just slid it under your door. It's not that crazy. Where he's thinking, they broke in, they got me. Kaiki really thinks he's been got. Because, yeah, when he originally walked in, and, like, because the door looked weird. It didn't look like Sengoku's closet door, but I thought they were just playing with it and making it look different. It's kind of a transition they did, where he went from stepping into the closet to stepping into his room. Between the episodes. Then he flushes it down the toilet. And turns on a cold shower to go thinko mode. Okay, what is this? Ordinarily, I prefer my showers hot, but this time only cold water would do. As I felt my body turning blue, I pondered. Just how many people know that I'm staying in this hotel? He kind of scared. Ononoki. And then this. What is this? What? I don't get it. There's a bunch of scary cultists, and then the top half of Ononoki's head. I mean, I know Ononoki is like an animated corpse, you know, or like I don't know the correct terminology. Not a Shinigami, but like a something gami. We've talked about that before. Ononoki's that weird thing, so like that has like a kind of a feeling of death because she's a living corpse in a way, is to my understanding. So like these look like Grim Reaper types, but like, shut out the dog. But like what? To put a letter inside a locked hotel room. Calm down, Occam's razor. Calm down, Occam's razor. That's impossible for anyone to do. No, they just slide it under. But like this, the thing with like, it's such a point that he panicked about this. Like I feel like this, like, is this really just set up for the joke of him overthinking it and like Senjugaru being able to like kind of get a dig in on him and like getting a win because it's like, wow, you kind of like fumbled that? Or is it to show some level of like paranoia that Kaiki has? That like causes him to think irrationally. Enemy. What is the enemy? Isn't my enemy right now that young deity? Young deity. Young memories. Oh, I might watch the OP again. With Sengoku in mind. Extraordinary Syndicate? I turned on the hot water and warmed my body. That got me feeling romantical. I'm watching this again. I don't even care. I want to try to run it through a Sengoku lens. See if I can get anything going there, you know? Tears have frozen my memory. Because she does, her memory's hoed, right? Like, she's hoed her own memory. Like, she's forgotten a lot of things, like, and that's her airhead, like, not really airhead act, but that's her airhead existence. But it's like, what she forgets can also be remembered, right? Which is kind of what Senjugaru, I think, was talking about. Like, Senjugaru and I agreed, which was really cool, because last episode I was talking about, like, how I think, you know, I think Sengoku's, like, onto something, potentially. Like, I'm not as comfortable as everyone's been saying. Like, she's not going to be that easy to con, and Senjugaru said the same thing, so that was cool. Man, it's like... Bro, it's like Sengoku's trying to, like, go into this state of just, like... I feel like what she wants is she wants to kill Araragi, because then that takes out, like, the last moving piece of her mental, where it's like, oh, like, he's dead, you know? Now every word, right, these unspoken words, now every word is unspoken, now every answer is unspoken because he's dead. Like, there's no more speaking to be done. And then so to say these unspoken words, which would occur if Araragi was to be killed by her, to say these unspoken words numbed my memories is interesting because she's been numbing her own memories, whether intentionally or not, whether consciously or subconsciously, in order to, like, snake it up. That was a Tori, right? That was a Tori, like, we were told it, and she was screwing with the story because it was reflecting how her own memories were screwed with. but like self screwed with, you know. So I feel like what she wants is to be in a state where she's like forgotten everything in the past that like is like made her so that she hated so much, right? Like the whole, it's weird too because it's like she doesn't want to act cute or whatever. Oh, Hanakawa, I love you. But she's acting so cute. She's all like, here's Nadeko, like, right? But it's like, it's no longer this like cutesy like hide act, but more like a just like, you know? Like, it's not like depressed sitting underneath, like, because remember at the beginning of Tori when she's like all depressed sitting under the, like sitting in the destroyed like shrine. It's not like that at all. It's not that mood. It's not the same as her like angry on this, like at her classroom. It's kind of similar to normal Nadeko, just extra crazy. We just turned it up a bit. So it's like, it's just such a weird way to take her personality, you know, when her cuteness was the thing she hated so much. But yeah, I feel like she's just trying to kind of forget everything she like go into this weird state of just like perma forgot, right? Or like this weird like the opposite of sobriety, like a drunkenness with slowed memory. Do you kind of get what I mean? Where it's like she's numbed not her mind through alcohol or sake, but like numbed her mind through forgetting, and then is in a state where nothing needs to be spoken, nothing needs to be answered, aka Araragi's dead, and so she can just enjoy that feeling of love, even if unrequited, but it's like, you know, I feel like that's her end goal in a way, which is so weird, but like really interesting to think about, like that state of like, it just makes me think you're debuffing your own brain, right? You're like weakening your own brain and your ability to memory, but doing it in a way to enhance like your happiness and pleasure, right? Kind of like an ignorance is a bliss. There you go. It's like an ignorance is a bliss kind of thing. That's the way I'm interpreting it. That she's kind of wanting this ignorance is a bliss, but she still has like she kind of a mental acrobat, right? She's really weird in manipulating inside her own head. So with the whole the snake, I forget, Kuchiyanawa. I don't think that's actually how you pronounce it, but the snake character, right? That the delusion snake, that whole thing, is her like mental acrobating inside her own mind, right? So I think that even if she's trying to ignorance as a bliss, that doesn't mean she's gullible or airheaded or weak, as much as you would think it does, which is the trap I think KAIKI's potentially going to fall into, which is what Senjugahara like let him know. You gotta be worried, like, you know, you like, she's an enchantress, you know. It's crazy. It's scary because she's been huffing her own supply, right? It's like she's a drug dealer, but she's also taking the drugs, which makes her even more unpredictable, right? Because it's dangerous, the drugs are dangerous, and she might be dealing it to you or whatever, but at the same time, she takes it, and so it's like, it kind of makes it unpredictable, but she still has the position of power as the person delivering it. There's a weird analogy, I know, but that's kind of like, huffing her own supply is just, I don't know, it just makes me think, I just hope the snake poison isn't addicting. It's crazy too, because like originally the whole Bangs thing that she did was like a like I can hide from you thing, right? And that would like give her a dodge out of everything. And so now I'm trying to think like what would be addicting about the snake poison? Is it this feeling of, oh, she's airheaded, oh, I've got this, oh, this is gonna be easy, you know? Is that what's addicting? It's funny, she's like a snake and she's like coiled up and she's gonna pounce, you know? That's what I feel. That's what I fear. Feel and fear. He brings the sake. He gives double money. It was funny that he brought up that ethical thing of like, oh, the sake. No, she's a god. No, me too, brother. That's what I'm saying. That's like my favorite thing about this show is that they do so much like self-quipping where, you know, it's like he makes a, like he's he's like commenting on his own action of, oh, like, because he's the one telling the story, right? So he's like, oh, like I bought the alcohol for her, but that's not like he's telling it to me, like to us, right? So it's like, oh, I bought it, but this isn't a problem because XYZ. Like, she's like a god, you know? So he's commenting on his own actions, but then I'm also trying to comment on his actions. And so whenever it lines up, it's just, I don't know, that's such a fun feeling. And it happens throughout the entire show. Like, that's happened so many times where a character has commented on, like, this, what someone has said or something someone has done, but at the same time, I've made the same comment, so it's like you're just lined up. That's, like, such a fun thing with the show. It like, gets on your wavelength with that. And that's because it's playing with the idea of a story, where since they're telling us a story, that means that they're also kind of in real time giving us extra, like they're kind of weaving their way through it a little bit, which is, I feel like, a weird way of, like, being on our same wavelength, you know, where it's like he's like answering the questions that you would normally think of when you're told the story, because he's telling us the story, so he's able to answer the question. If it was just a story, period, then those questions wouldn't necessarily be, like, answered, right? Like, if we took out, like, all those weird elements of Monogatari that are, like, so cool, then it's just like, he wouldn't have a reason to talk about the ethical implications of the sake unless somebody asked him about it, you know? And it was like, oh, like, isn't that a problem? But, like, for us to not only get in his own head, but I feel like for him to explain to us his position gets us, like, it really feels like he's talking to us, you know? Which I really like, and they do that through the entire show. Hanakawa is adorable, by the way. She's the cutest character I've ever seen. I love her. Look at her go. When she looked over and said, like, looked in the eyes longingly, where was that? Look how sweet she is. I love her. Coming back for an instant, there's some meaning in using such a precious time to contact me. She's just being so genuine. You see how he looks away? He's, like, uncomfortable with that level of eye contact. He's uncomfortable with how, like, genuine and forthright she is and, like, how locked in she is. Right? So he looks away. He doesn't respond to that eye contact. He looks out the window. He tries to dodge. Because it's, like, I feel like it's that human connection thing, you know? Where he's uncomfortable with the amount that, like, Hanakawa's, like, willing to get on, to really, like, get with him. Not, like, get with him, you know what I mean? But, like, connect with him. Oh, KAIKI. Very interesting, man. Bad ending Araragi. I do like that idea. I don't know, I'm gonna keep thinking about it. Right here. And she calls his name to force his attention onto her. She said, looking deep into my eyes. Whoa, this bit right here. I'd never met anybody who could look someone in the eye so earnestly. I love Hanakawa. Earnest. What a good word. What a good word for her. I feel like she's so secured in herself right now. Because it's crazy. It's all about context, right? Like, if she had done this previously, like, looked someone genuinely in the eyes, I don't even know, like, if she really would. Because she was always so, like, she would, like, accept eye contact, and look someone in the eyes in that way, because she's, like, all accepting, you know? Was kind of the idea. But so like this idea of her looking into someone's eyes very, like, kind of powerfully, I feel like has so much weight because she does that after Tsubasa Tiger, after Black Hanakawa, after, like, she's literally got her tiger stripe hair right now, and she doesn't hide her tiger striped hair from KAIKI either, because she had done that, or she had talked about doing that, like, when going to school or whatever, but she chooses not to with KAIKI, so that's, like, her even, like, she's being so genuine with him, and, like, real, and that means so much more, because previously she was, like, always accepting of everything, like, and it's, like, this weird, almost, like you're always genuinely, like, you genuinely accept everything, you know, so it's kind of all, it kind of, like, undercuts the meaning of genuine completely, but for her to kind of make this really earnest, like, human connection of just be like, please help them, like, kind of in the same way Senjo was, but minus all the fun games that she played with KAIKI, that I think made KAIKI even more comfortable to it, but, like, minus all that, she's just like, boom, and it hits so much harder because, like, she's not doing this out of ignorance, she's not forming this human connection, like, putting this almost a vulnerability, I don't know about that, but, like, she's not putting this out just willy-nilly, you know, she's not just doing this, she's doing this after going through so much, right? Which gives it such an extra, like, gut punch weight. And then they go to the hotel room. It's a cheap room. So I'm sure it's a different hotel from where you are staying. But I also have a room in this area. I don't mind, but I don't mind things like that too much. You know, Hanakawa. Okay, and then they go back to talking. I don't know. This is the funny thing about Monogatari. When she started taking off her jacket, I'm like remembering it. I'm so used to like Araragi telling us the story, and for it to be like, oh, she takes off her jacket. Like, remember him and Senjugahara when Senjugahara like stripped down in front of Araragi and was like kind of like naked seducing him or something. Like whatever was going on there, that kind of stuff. Where like if I see a character stripping, I kind of expect him to go all the way at this point. So for her to just, I almost feel like they're playing with me, right? Where it's like, no, we're not Araragi right now. We're running this through KAIKI's lens. She's not trying to strip. She's not trying to eye candy us. She's not trying to distract us. She's just taking off her jacket, like trust us. You know, trust Hanakawa. You know, she's being earnest. She's being real. She's not trying to distract you. That's like what that makes me think of. And then look at her little like 3 face. She's making kind of like a cat meow face, which is cute and fitting. Got me acting unwise. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just really like Hanakawa. All sorts of things. Yeah, this is true. Half-hearted. That's what I want to know. She wants them to be saved, but she doesn't have to be the one to save them. But it doesn't have to be me who saves them. Like, wonderful. She does say Oshino, so I don't think Oshino's dead. That's been an idea that I've had in the back of my mind for a minute now, that like Oshino literally got killed or something. Like he left because he knew he was about to die. That'd just be such a dark twist, but when she says Oshino, I feel like she's pretty smart, so I trust her there. I mean, she only knows what she knows, but she knows a lot. And then this part. Do you swear to a god? I swear to a cat, she says, completely non-joking, dead serious. And he said, and KAIKI thinks, what the hell? That's not an expression that I know of. But perhaps this is some high schooler code. I can't really deal with slang. Everything is leaving me behind. You know what Araragi said the other day? Araragi said everyone is leaving me behind. Left. I mean, that's another Araragi connection. Random Araragi connection. I'm gonna piece those together. It's a bit of a loose connection, but it's there, and they've made a lot of those at, you know, Araragi KAIKI connections, which is so interesting. Bad and Araragi. It's so crazy because I feel like Araragi's justice thing really is like a kind of black-white thing. You get what I mean? Where it's like I mean, think Fire Sisters, right? Or think him burying that bug that one time when we like went back into the past and he was burying the bug. I think Shinobu saw him do that, which is like a play on how Hanakawa buried the cat, and that was kind of crazy. But like Araragi was burying a bug, which is even crazier. So it's like uncompromising, just actions is like a very like seems like a white, and like the whole black and white thing fits very well with Hanakawa. Hanakawa represent, you know, blah blah blah. But it's like Araragi. A lot of what he's going through is recognizing the world in gray rather than recognizing the world in easy to parse black and white. And KAIKI as a character is very, like, I think he's just kind of, I mean, look how grayed out he is. He's got gray hair, gray eyes, gray eye bags, kind of, you know, he's so pale in that way. And so it's like he is the gray. And so I could see how Araragi could get to this position where it kind of goes doomer mode and is just like, the black and white, like, justice is just nothing, like, just lie and con, like, it is what it is, you know, kind of that, like, almost like a giving up on that all, and, like, giving up on parsing it, in a way, and just accepting the gray and or, like, not accepting that it's gray, but just, like, hiding within the gray, or diving into the gray, something like that. It's an interesting parallel between all of Araragi and all of KAIKI, you know? And I know that's a vague thing to say, but it's just, yeah, crazy connection. And wow, like, Hanako really kind of rolled this conversation, did he not? Did she not? He says, like, oh yeah, because Senjugahara was, like, worried about his intentions, and he's like, yeah, you want to talk about that? And doesn't she just say, like, no? Do you wonder why I accepted Senjugahara's request? and whether or not I intend on going through with the request. Do you see? She really gives him the, like, the, just the Sigma stare. Is she not? She's just giving him the, like, don't care, don't ask plus L plus ratio. I'm not going to ask. And then she just moves on to something else. And he stops her. I love when they do that. Because so, like, it's like kind of half and half. Sometimes the characters let another character get away with changing the topic. I mean, think, what, Oni Monogatari? No. Yes. Oni Monogatari, I think episode 2, whereas, like, Senjuga, or, Shinobu and Ononoki are getting onto Araragi, and then Araragi just changes the subject to Hachikuji and starts playing with Hachikuji instead, because he's, like, dodging all of that stuff. And, like, they're like, okay, dude. And, like, sometimes they'll, like, come back, like, but the, like, people changing the topic happens so often in the show, and so I love when they don't let each other get away with it. When Kaiki's like, wait, no, don't move on. Like, I'm not letting you change the subject. Because that's how a normal conversation flows, right? But it's kind of a weird thing you don't normally, like, I don't usually see that in a show like this. Or, like, in a show, period. I see it a lot in a show like this. There's not, I don't think I've seen another show like this, you know? Aren't even worth asking. It seems like you know everything, young lady. You're literally just giving her the ball. You're giving her the ball freaking Kombaru style. So she can just dunk on you. Can you see, this is just brutal. She just completely rolled him. She hit him with the line. She hit him with the quote. And then he says fine. Like, he acquiesces to her because he realizes, like, I got nothing. Ah, man. Oh, wait, it ended there. I forgot. Okay, so what I want to do, I feel like that's probably a pretty good spot for me right now. But what I'm going to try to really do before next episode is figure out what the hell was in that closet. Because that's bothering me. So I'm going to probably I'm going to download that Nisei episode and try to remember to do that. We'll see if I actually end up doing it or not. Because there's probably a clue there. That's probably the best idea of when the clue would be, because that was the last time we were in her room, or like that was the first time we were in Sengoku's room, you know. And then the person that said this paper of stay out of it, so it's not gone, right? Kaiki said as much. He that would be out of character for her to give the warning twice. Okay, I'll take your word on it. It's too roundabout for Araragi. Kage Nui, Ononoki, Oshino. Who else is even on the table, right? I don't think Ononoki would act without, like, being connected to something, which is why I brought up Kage Nui. Oshino is just a huge who knows card. Episode's working with Gon, so I feel like it wouldn't be episode, because that would basically just be Gon. Fire Sisters, like, just no way, right? Like, Fire Sisters, this is way too deep into oddity territory for the Fire Sisters to deal with, because they don't do that, you know? They don't go that deep into oddities, so I don't think it would be them. And this is very roundabout for the Fire Sisters. They're very direct, right? None of the kids he previously scammed either, junior high. So yeah, I feel like, I mean, Oshino, Kage Nui. What? An oddity? Like Sengoku even? Like, who knows? Maybe it's Sengoku. That's kind of a crack theory, but Sengoku is kind of an enchantress. The cop line's funny, by the way. Him saying he's not a cop made me think of Araragi. Wait, what was the response to that? Oh, the whole tossing out thing. That's how you tossed me out too. That was brutal. That was a brutal line. What? Did I toss you out? Slip of the tongue. Foolishly thought I was talking to Araragi. There's the Araragi thing I was talking about. But yeah. The Sengoku idea, that Sengoku somehow did it. The idea there is that Sengoku do be kind of an enchantress, do be kind of insane, and so like, who's to say that she didn't subdivide in her head again, where like previously she had the delusion that then she like incorporated with to like become the god in a way. Who's to say she didn't like re-separate and now there's like some force that is connected to Sengoku that is like making sure things go properly so that she can go into this ignorance is a bliss, dead Aragi state. But for things to go properly, part of that is to try to get Kaiki to be paranoid so that he slips up. Because it is kind of a Kaiki paranoia move. But I don't know. That doesn't fit super well with me. It is funny to just say, Hail Mary, it's Oshino. That's kind of the funniest idea. But yeah, I'm going to just cook with that, I guess. Alright, well, I think that's all I got for this episode, episode 4 of Koimonogatari. On to the next episode 5. I will hopefully try to look at that Nisei episode, figure out what was in that closet. I really thought Kaiki was just going to tell me. So, I mean, shame on me, I guess. Why would I trust Kaiki to just tell me things, right? This OP was so fun. I loved hearing Kaiki sing. That was such a plus. And yeah, that's what I think I really got for this episode. So, of course, if you like the video, subscribe. If you're a new, blah, 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 comment down below if you have anything to say. Or join the Discord and talk to me or other Monogatari fans there. Hit the notification bell as well if you want any pings on streams or new uploads. That's always good. And until then, until the next episode, episode 5, I'll be seeing you then. Peace.